Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Diane and my passion is painting and creating in my studio. Every day I share a video with you on YouTube in which I paint and create all sorts of nature-inspired pictures. I also share loads of tips on how to make the most of your painting journey, interrupted fairly frequently by our family of dogs, cats, chickens and sheep. So welcome on board, click subscribe and turn on notifications, and let's learn to paint watercolour. Hi everyone and welcome to my studio. Today I'm going to experiment with you with the idea of a lily pond with the flowers and some bulrushes or whatever you want to call those on the side and some dragonflies. And this is an experiment and we'll see how it goes. The idea is it's going to be nice and simple. So I've got my piece of watercolour paper here which is stretched so it's not going to buckle when I start to paint. And I haven't got a sketch, I'm just going to wing it this morning using a reasonably sharp brush with a nice point, if I can decide which one to use. I've been using this one this morning mostly. This is a size 14 round draw well nylon brush. I get them from Japan and they're not available in the shops, but you can order them direct from them and they are very nice people and they'll be only too pleased to help you out. Did I just say details are in the description below? I've forgotten what I said now. Anyway, so then I've got my 3 colours of paint that I'm working with today. This is the second painting I've done today using just these 3 colours to give it a harmony. We've got quinacridone purple, permanent rose, which is quinacridone pink, and sap green, which is a very versatile green. This is a schminker colour. I think this one is a Rowney and this one is Old Holland. I think I haven't written it on there, but I'm pretty sure that's Old Holland, if not schminker. Anyway, it's all in the description below. So I'm going to just go straight in and make it up as I go along. As I said, I showed you this just now. I've done the sketch. This is what I'm going to be working from. I always do some kind of watercolour sketch before I start doing these paintings, just so that I have a guideline for myself, and we'll see what happens. So the idea is I'm going to do the lotus flowers or the lilies very simplified, just by doing it like this, putting the brush down and lifting it and leaving an impression like that to give you the petals. Now this brush is not looking as pointed at the end as I would perhaps like it to be. I'm going to switch to a slightly smaller one of the same thing and let's do another one and see whether we get a better point. Yes, that's a bit better. So we're using it a bit like, what do you call it when you, printing, that's what it is. It's like printing. And add a little bit of green to make that a little bit more beige, and we'll put one at the back here like that, as it's further away. And you can put more petals in if you don't think I've put enough, put some more. If you want to vary the colour, just drop in some darker colour. It's quite nice to do something a bit, is it childish? I don't know. I think it can be quite relaxing. Just let the flowers occur. I don't have a pond, unfortunately, so I have to use either my imagination or photos. So we could call this a design really, rather more than a what do you call it? It's not realistic, is it? It's not really realistic. Okay, I'm going to put some lily pads in there. Now, we've only got 4, so we need at least 5, don't we? So let's do a mauve one here, not too dark, fairly near the edge. Been practicing actually drawing these and painting them from the drawings. It's actually remarkably difficult, but if you do them this way, it's not so hard. I don't know why. They do have a yellow centre, don't they? So we should put just a hint. I don't want to make that a big deal. So now we're going to do the lily pads, which we're going to use sap green and a bit of violet, quinacridone violet, just to knock it back a bit, make it less aggressive. And again, this is just going to be a pattern. This is a good way of experimenting with colour. See what colours you like to put together. See what colours work together for you. Practicing wet in wet. And some sketchy lines to show the fact that it's on water, perhaps. And then over here, I was thinking I would put some, well, there's another word for them and I can't think what it is, but in England we have, we call them bulrushes, I think. And they have a kind of dark brown head, but I'm not going to do them in brown, I'm going to do them in purple. So we'll just draw those in at different angles, different heights, different sizes as well. Then we'll pick up a bit more green, dark green, so purple again with the green. And then I'm going to hope and pray that I can draw a narrow line. And then we'll put in some nice leaves. If you want to, you can of course fix the shape, but I'm just going to add, I quite like this idea of doing things with more or less one stroke, but I'm just going to add a little bit of shadow to the bottom there so that it can dry a bit more characterfully. And then I'm going to put some dragonflies over here. And the dragonfly, I'm going to use some iridescent medium. Let's see what happens. I'm going to mix some iridescence with the pink. A tiny dab of violet, and maybe I need a bit more. Then I'm just going to put 2 wings like that. Then I'm going to drop in the body very, very simply. And we will see how this works. This isn't at all what I had in mind to do this morning, I would say. I have completely gone off topic, but that's okay. That is okay. We will go off and have fun. So I've discovered one thing right away, that when you put iridescent medium in, the paint doesn't spread the same way as it does when you just put ordinary watercolour on. But so it doesn't matter. So let's do another one. Let's do one here. And Let's pick up some purple for the body. I'm just coming back in now and put another layer of petals into the lilies. Then I'm going to pick up some more violet, pink, and put a good spatter of colour in to give me a background. And then maybe some bigger spatters using the tapping technique. And then I quite like to just break some of the spatter a little bit with my brush. So we're dropping water into there. And then if we come back in with a bit more of your famous toothbrush, quite wet, you can get some bigger blobs. And because we have it, the iridescence, we can stick some of that onto these to give them a serious lift. We've got plenty actually on the butterflies, really, but not butterflies. What is wrong with my lexicon? Trouble with this stuff is when you start, you can't stop. So there we are, playtime at the pond. I suggest this would be a great thing to do with grandchildren. You can come in at this stage if you wanted to, and you could outline some of your motifs. You could put in a little bit more detail, in other words, in the bodies of the dragonflies. If you wait for it to dry, you'd be able to do that better than I can, because I don't want to touch the wet paper. So there we are. I'm going to let that dry and come back and have a look and see what that looks like. So there we are, super quick, super simple little sketch there. An idea really, a concept for you to take away and think about and do in your own way. The idea of a few lilies. I've been thinking about this for ages, how to convey a connection between waterlilies and dragonflies, and I quite like that, and I bet you can make a really good job of that if you take your time over it and use plenty of iridescent medium. That's what everybody needs on their paintings. So I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you feel inspired to relax and enjoy your watercolour paints and all bits and pieces that you've accumulated. Have a look at the description below the video for any information about the things that I've used that you might need, and let's get painting. So I'll say bye bye for now. Give me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now, everybody. Bye bye.